Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here at CES 2016 here with the Asus ZenFone Zoom, the phone with a 3x optical zoom camera lens. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at it.
Alright, so here's a look at that 5.5 inch 1080p display. Flipping it on over, of course you want to make note of that big camera that's on the back. Takes up a lot of space on the back, as it should with the optical zoom. Here's a look at the side. You see the volume rockers are above that power button. Also, what I really like, that dedicated camera button and dedicated record button to start recording video. Down at the bottom, you'll see that back plate's removable. There's other colors. I'll show those in a second. Up at the top, you got a headphone jack. And then also you'll see a little bump down at the bottom next to that speaker. I believe that's just to kind of protect that camera that's on the back. Now, I had the Nexus 5X in my pocket at the time. Here's just a quick size comparison. Of course, with the ZenFone Zoom having a 5.5 inch display versus the 5.2 inch display of the Nexus 5X, it's going to look a little bit bigger, but just to kind of give you an idea of what the size of it is with that camera on the back. Now, taking a look at the software, it does have Asus's Zen UI, and it's only running Android 5.0. I don't know if it's going to run Marshmallow once they launch it in the US or what's going on. You'll notice there's a lot of bloatware, just like the ZenFone 2. However, just like the ZenFone 2, some of that bloatware is uninstallable, thankfully. Now, when it comes to some specs, it has an Intel Atom quad-core processor, comes with 4 gigabytes of RAM as well. It has a 3,000 milliamp hour battery, protected with Gorilla Glass 4, as I said, a 1080p display, an IPS display, I should say. And running through it, it seemed very quick, very fluid, of course, just a hands-on. Now, you've also got some gestures, such as when the screen is off, you can actually type certain letters and it's going to open certain applications. For example, if I type W, it's going to go ahead and open up that browser really quick. And then here's just a quick look at that recent apps screen, I should say. Now, there's also other motion gestures that you can use. For example, you can shake your phone to take a screenshot, which I struggled with to try and keep my phone in frame. However, let's go ahead and test it. Shaking it the first time didn't work, but shaking it the second time actually took that screenshot and saved it for later use. All right, so let's move on to that main feature, that 13 megapixel camera with 3x optical zoom, so you're not losing any image quality when zooming in. You'll notice it lags a little bit behind my gestures when zooming in. Not too big of a deal, but you also want to make sure that you hold the camera very still once you zoom in. It's kind of noticeable that optical image stabilization doesn't work just as well. Now, when it comes down to it, here's that button as well. When you press it halfway, it focuses. When you press it all the way, it takes the picture. And then, of course, pressing that record button is going to just start recording a video for you. All right, and also here's a look at all of the settings. There's a decent amount actually scrolling through. You got camera, you got your video recording settings, some basic settings, and then just some more settings. So there's just overall an overwhelming amount of settings options within the app. Now also, luckily, of course, focusing on camera, it has a manual mode. So you can change your ISO, aperture, all of that good stuff. Especially for those of you buying this phone, you're probably more interested in taking pictures, of course, with that 3x zoom. And finally, here's a look at all 3 of the colors. You'll see with the black one, you get a black cable, and the white one, you get a white cable, and then that orange as well, which might not come to the US. But overall, that would be the Asus ZenFone Zoom. Hopefully you liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. All links in the description of the video below. As always, guys, thank you for watching.